Welcome to the Thin Blue Line Outdoors. My name is Cody Johnson, and I'll be your host.
I'm one happy hunter right now, man. Alright, guys. Here she is.
Here at the Thin Blue Line Outdoors, we have 3 goals. Show you a good time,
I just shot him.
teach you something, planting some clover down, and lead by example.
It's looking good. Great though. Congratulations. Thank you, sir.
If I can accomplish one of those 3, that's a win in my book. Thanks for listening. Be safe out there. Alright everyone, welcome to the Thin Blue Line podcast episode B7 here. So again I have Mr. Nathaniel Atkins on. We're going to cover his first ever turkey season and his first ever hunts. So this is a first for him. To make a long story short, we did not kill a turkey. However, we did have some close calls. We were on them, just wasn't able to get it done. And yeah, it's been a good time. But to start us out, Nate, what did you think of your first time hunting period, let alone turkey hunting?
Well, anybody that knows me knows I hate waking up early. I despise it. I actually didn't mind getting up early this time around. I think Cody and I were constantly getting up at 4:30, 4:15, 4:30 in the morning, trying to get out there as soon as we could, get ready and all that stuff. So the waking up part, I thought would be the hardest challenge. It wasn't. That was pretty easy, especially like once you get a routine of like a week and a half of it. It was pretty easy towards the end of it, especially when you get that drive. Because, I mean, we'll get into it later, but like those first couple of days when you heard them gobbling, like, they just got you jacked up to go in the morning. So that was probably the first hurdle to get over, was the waking up part. The hunt itself, though, like, it's a very humbling experience. I mean, Raver, he was on the podcast last time, you know, he told me it's why it's called hunting, not killing. Because if everybody could kill, then everybody would be out here hunting and different things like that. So I think it was very humbling to go out there and try to get some meat on the table and different things like that. Like you said, you know, we had some close encounters and that adrenaline, you know, you get going. I know you weren't out in the blind sometimes with me when that head was real close. Like I was shaking, I was ready to go. So it was fun. I definitely had a blast. I can't wait until deer season when the rut comes, everything like that, and get ready for that. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed every part of it. Thank you for taking me out here and to the other places we went. Yeah, I had a blast.
Yeah, we'll kind of, this is all going to be on video. Everything was documented with Nate's hunt. But we'll kind of go through day by day kind of what happened. I know on our first day, and just jump in when you have something to add. I know the first day of hunting we came out here to the farm. We were going to go hunt another farm that we have permission on. End up I didn't have the key to the gate. So we started off rough. Very first morning. Anyway, came out here and we had a tom. Problem was he was right on my neighbors, right on the south end. So we'd get as close as we could to him, but obviously we can't cross that property line. And we got rained out at first. He was gobbling. We got rained out. We came back to my Morton building, took shelter, mainly because I don't mind sitting in the rain when it's just me, but I'm limited with the camera gear. The camera, my main camera that I film on is obviously not waterproof. My GoPro is, but he shut up. The turkey shut up as soon as it started raining. So we took shelter. That lasted for 45 minutes probably. I don't think it was an hour.
About 45 minutes, yeah.
So they went back out. He was gobbling some more, moving his way to the west. Again, we couldn't get him right on him because of he was on the neighbors. We pretty much were calling to him until he moved way too far gone for us.
About to turn into a coyote hunt too, though, real quick.
It did. As I've told Nate, any hunt, no matter what you're hunting, as soon as you see coyote, it turns into a coyote hunt. So unfortunately, he didn't come close enough. But I was going to let Nate take a whack at him if he did. So that was the first day. Second day, did we go to the property in Canton? I think you said?
No,
Or
we went to the other one.
Bernie Dot
Yeah, we went
farm?
to Bernie Dot.
Okay. We went to the Bernie Dot farm. There's a Tom, and you're going to see in my fourth season episode that will be coming out here any day now. You're going to see in there, I was on this turkey, I think a total for 4 days in a row. I couldn't get him done during fourth season. So fifth season, we went in there, tried to get on him, and we were close.
Probably about 70 yards.
I'd say 100 for sure.
Yeah.
100 for sure. And never did see him, and he kept answering our calls. Just could not get him. However, Nate got his first response that day with the box call, so I think he was pretty jacked up by that.
I was pretty excited. I will say, last podcast we did, I told you make sure you're in shape. Make sure you're in shape when you go hunting. If you ever have the opportunity to go with Cody, he likes to take you hiking. I think we hiked like 9.3 miles one day or something like that.
Point 9.
He said it was 0.93. I said it was at least 10 miles. And then he also likes taking you to Jurassic Park. A lot of animals there that make sounds that they were prehistoric. I'm sure of it. It was awful.
It is funny taking some new hunters. So luckily I've had the privilege of taking quite a few new hunters out. Like I helped when my brothers growing up. I helped take them out and stuff, but they grew up in the woods, so I didn't have to explain a whole bunch of stuff to him. But Nate, being originally a city boy, you do realize stuff you just take for granted. You don't realize what you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
For example, what he's talking about, we're sitting against this tree, we're locked in on this turkey, trying to get him to come in, and we had a doe get downwind from us, and as any hunter knows, deer gets downwind, they're going to start blowing. Nate had no idea what the hell was behind us.
Well, I'm just sitting there next thing you know, and there's just like a... And I'm like, what is that? So I look at Cody. Cody's just laughing his ass off over here, making fun of me, and I'm like, Cody, where'd you take me? And then he says that they were hound dogs. I'm 100% sure they were wolves. I've heard a hound dog, and that ain't no hound dog that I've ever heard before, so... We had a wolf that was at least 85, 90 pounds right in front of us at one point. And I couldn't believe it. I asked him, I said, where'd you take me? Did you take me to a farm or Jurassic Park? I got deer spitting at me. He's like, oh no, they're not spitting. They're what'd you call it?
Blowing.
They're blowing. I was like, Cody, he spit at me. Like, I could feel it almost. And I'm just trying to get a turkey. That's why I thought we were hunting turkeys. And next thing you know, we're hunting prehistoric animals. And I was like, okay, well, here we are. Got a shotgun.
It was fun though. It's just small stuff like that. And I will say that's the most hiking we did that day. That farm, if you've watched some of the other episodes I've had on that farm, it's all up and down terrain. That's by far the worst day we had hiking.
At
was
least
that day.
like 1,600, 1,700 elevation. It was awful.
I wouldn't say that. But there's for Illinois.
The best part about that day though was I got my first response with the head box call, and I actually did decent the first go around with it. Never did it before. I was pretty proud of myself. But then, when you hunt with Cody, you guys will see on the tape that he likes to go. Just go after. If he hears it, we're going. And so I'm just following my guide at this point, and my guide is taking me through the woods in the most hilled area where trees are falling down. All he's carrying is just his little camera. It's a little camera. That's all he's got. I got the decoys, the shotgun, my backpack. So I'm trying to go up this hill, and he doesn't even hold the branch for me. So this branch hits me in the face. I'm trying to go uphill. What does my best friend do? He's like, oh, this is a great chance to record. So he turns around, records me struggling getting up this hill because I got no way to balance. And then he's like, oh yeah, it's just under this tree line. We'll go down this little creek right here. It shouldn't be that bad. Nope, I slide all the way down this creek butt first, and he was like, man, that was really good. And I was like, yeah, if I meant to do that, pretty cool.
And you're also going to see on this video, this is when he still had the orange backpack, the famous orange backpack. That first day, he shows up, and I figured he was going to bring a backpack. He doesn't have a turkey vest yet, obviously. I mean, he's brand new into hunting. And he shows up, though, orange.
Yeah, but it's neon orange.
Neon orange. I assumed when he was going to be bringing a backpack, it'd be black,
I haven't had a backpack in 5 years.
Instead, it was neon orange.
In my defense, the hunter safety course said fluorescent orange, as opposed to saying the fluorescent I had.
So we fixed that. Gave him a camouflage backpack, so we're better now. But yeah, turkeys respond to color very badly. but we never. I don't think a turkey ever saw us that, and I always made sure it's hidden behind the blind. So I don't think that affected anything. It just maybe every other hunter maybe saw us if they're on the neighbors, but.
Day 2 was fun though, because like, yeah, we heard one on your farm, day 1.
Mm-hmm.
Day 2, they were fired up. I mean, we probably had 4 to 5 easy.
At least minimum 4.
Yeah.
There was a lot of turkeys around us, which that farm I really enjoyed turkey hunting. It has oaks everywhere and hickory, shagbark hickory. And not only deer like them, but turkeys love them. And you're gonna see in my videos, the 4th season and the video with Nate, man, we were on every day I hunted that farm this year.
Mm-hmm.
I was on turkeys.
Yeah.
Honestly, I made some mistakes during 4th season where I should have been able to kill one, and during 1st and 2nd season for that matter. I was aggressive, but I didn't set up correctly in my when I was hunting by myself, or I think there was a couple times where I tried to go without the blind. And all it is a little pop-up thing, and I think one of the times I think I could have killed that turkey if I had the blind up, because he was out at 70 yards. I didn't get any video of him, unfortunately. It happened so quick. But he's at 70 yards, and he saw my decoys, but I'm pretty sure he could see my outline. This was like season 1, maybe even season 2. It was still cold, and there was not a lot of vegetation. So I think he just could see my outline and was like, I don't like that, and he just moseyed off.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what hurt me on that one, is what it is. But with Nate and I, when we were hunting, we had quite a bit of vegetation by then, by the time it was 5th season.
Yeah.
So anyway, the 3rd day, after hunting Jurassic Park, as Nate's calling it, the 3rd day, we went to this other property we have in Fulton County, and we did not hear a bird. And I hunted it a couple times the year before, and this was my first time hunting it this year, because I thought in my mind, I'm like, we're going to save this for Nate. There's a very limited permission on this farm. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Nate and I can hunt it. Yeah, shouldn't be pressured a lot. I know it's got birds. I see them when I deer hunt. It's going to be good. And we hunted. We didn't hear anything. We didn't even see any sign. And a turkey had been killed. I found out later on. A turkey had been killed out there way to the north on that farm. So I know they're out there, but we didn't hear anything.
I mean, it was legit 3 hours of sitting there, just nothing. Yeah. Like, not even a hoot owl, just nothing.
The only thing that did happen that day, that's worth even mentioning, really, is Nate.
Blue raptor.
Nate met or got to see blue raptors, also known as a blue heron.
That was a blue raptor.
But Nate is a little jumpy at times in the woods, which is weird. Like I said, Nate and I work together for a local PD. I've been on hot calls, with him. He's not that jumpy on a call, but get him in the woods.
It's a whole different ballgame.
He thinks everything's trying to kill him. So.
Like, well, because it's an animal, it's nature. I don't know what they are, and this giant raptor-type bird just flies over our heads, and I see it. I asked Cody. I said, Cody, what is that? In a little more colorful language, and he starts laughing. And this giant creature of a bird, it's a blue raptor. It's not a whatever you call it. And it was just full blown like, ah! And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. And so like, I have a shotgun ready, and Cody's like, oh, it's a blue heron. And I was just like, boom.
Yeah, no.
So we were just joking around with that. I mean, at that point, we were probably like 2.5 hours in, haven't heard anything. So being quiet wasn't the most important thing to be at that point. It was just having fun out there, but yeah, it was funny. I mean, I definitely got to learn some new animals. Found out there's more than one type of duck too.
Yeah, oh yeah,
that was pretty funny.
Yep, I heard some wood ducks. Anybody who's hunted the spring, wood ducks are out.
I'm pretty sure he just makes up names for different animals at this point in time just to mess with me.
So anyway, he got introduced wood duck, and I explained to him all the other species.
There's only one duck.
It's a learning process. You'll get there. But then the next day, is that when you came out here?
No. We took day off because Mother's Day.
Yeah,
and
Mother's Day. So
I went back out to that same property
on Monday.
On Monday.
With a buddy of mine. I don't know. I haven't looked at all the footage. I don't know if you have any footage of.
Oh yeah. So okay, that day we go out and
Same farm.
Same farm.
Same farm.
So for turkey season, I had purchased a nice camo cowboy hat. I was real excited to get it and real excited to wear it, and I was saving it for a day that I thought I needed it. You know, just get some mojo going, get the good vibes flowing. And it was finally warm enough to where I could wear it out there, but I still needed a nice, secure beanie. A black one that has a really great logo on it. You can get about $30 from Blue Line Outdoors. Anyway, so I'm wearing that, and I'm out there with Old Man River. And the difference between Cody and Steve is Cody likes to hike everywhere. I love going with Steve because he's got a side-by-side or a four-wheeler that we can just go everywhere in. It was fantastic. I'd never been more comfortable in my life hunting. And so first we go, and I feel like I'm swimming because it had just torrential downpour like the previous day on Mother's Day that night. And so like the whole field just flooded. So whatever, we start walking through it, do a hoot owls, nothing. Okay, so we find a spot where Steve, when he was deer hunting last year, saw like 20 of them when he went to go get his deer. And so we sit down, put the decoys out, pop up line, get Steve's camera out. Took us about 10 minutes to figure out how to turn the camera on and get the shutter open. So that was an experience. Have a cowboy hat on and everything. I'm feeling great. Good.
You got one good picture I saw.
Yeah.
One good picture I saw when I was going through the footage.
So I'm like real happy about it, and like my vibes are positive. I'm feeling great about this. Same thing, not a single turkey gobbles back at us. I'm like, what the hell, Cody? You told me it's a great farm. It ain't a good farm.
It wasn't this year anyway.
So we decided to pack up, and we were just gonna start walking and to keep doing hoot owls, different call outs to see if we get any response at all. We probably go through 9 fields. Not a single call out, just nothing. So about halfway through the hunt, we're walking through the woods, and I look at Steve, and I stopped for a second, and I was like, Steve! And he looked back at me, he's like, what is your deal? And I was like, I lost my cowboy hat. My cowboy hat apparently fell off of the woods somewhere as we were walking. I didn't realize it. You know, how do you not realize it's on top of your head? Well, I have a beanie on also. So my head still felt like I had something on it. I, in fact, did not have it on it. And Steve was like, well, let's go back and look. And at that point in time, I told Steve it's sacrificed to the hunting gods. So hopefully I get a bird. And the significant other, the fiance, I told her I lost it. And she asked if I was buying another one. And I said, no, probably not. She said, thank God. And I was like, what? And she was like, nothing, I didn't say anything. So she was not a huge fan of it. I loved it. It was very near and dear to my heart. I had it for a whopping month, if that. So
wore it one time.
That was just an awful day. It was brutal. I mean, there was nothing, and it was rough.
And then Monday, I had online training for our department. So I went out real briefly. No, Tuesday. Sorry, not Monday. It'd be Tuesday.
I was sick Tuesday.
You were sick Tuesday. We were sick, but we may or may not have hunted. Nothing happened. Nothing to report anyway. Then Wednesday.
Oh, so Wednesday, I saw my first hen.
Oh yeah.
So Cody had training all through the week.
Yeah.
I went out Wednesday and I hunted till about noonish.
Yeah, about noonish each. Yeah.
So hunted till about noon, and Cody goes into the house probably about 7:30 or so, and I feel like since Cody went in, like they started responding a little bit more. So I'm just sitting there, and Cody had not gone over. If I actually do shoot a turkey, what do I do? How to actually make sure it's dead and everything like that. We kind of went. We glossed over the facts. I don't think he thought I was gonna kill a turkey this year. I'm convinced of it. So
I thought you were gonna kill one, but I would be there when you killed one.
So he's like, yeah, that's what you do. You step on its head. That's wings or whatever they're called. They're called wings, right?
Yes.
Okay, wings.
Yes.
So he's like, the wings are going to be flapping, they're going to be hitting you, but that's just nerves. I'm like, cool, okay, I got this. I'm focused, I'm locked in. Of course, I'm hearing stuff behind me. I'm freaking out a little bit because it's the woods, and I'm not used to it, it's uncomfortable. Well, all of a sudden, I can just hear this hen. And, like, where we were at that day was where his grandpa was at when he killed his bird.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had our own ground blind up, pop-up blind, and I'm just sitting there. And I hear the hen, and I clench up. And I was like, is it really happening? So I can just see this figure, this blurred figure, just sprint across this wood line. That's probably about, what, 70 yards across?
Yeah.
So about 70 yards across from where I'm at, I see this figure move, and I'm like, oh, hell yeah. And I heard a tom directly behind her almost. So I'm like, all right, sweet, this tom's going to hear the hen. It's going to see our decoys out there. It's going to move in. I'm going to get a shot. I'm going to kill a little turkey, and Cody's not going to get one this year, and I already have one. I'm like, whew, I'm a better hunter than him. All this stuff's going through my mind. I'm freaking out. I'm texting Cody about it. I'm texting Raver about it, and both of them are just laughing completely at me. They're like, just breathe, relax, you're fine. Mm-hmm. I'm shaking, and like I didn't even realize I'm shaking because like I'm just sitting there, and like my legs are actually like shaking. And I was just like, what is this feeling? And so I was pretty fired up. So about 30 minutes goes by, and I don't hear nothing. If you watch the YouTube video, you'll hear me commentate on it. And then probably about another 30 minutes goes by, and I hear that same hen again. And I'm like, man, that hen's really running by us. Like, I think she wants to come out here. And that tom gobbled, but he was pretty more west than what he was originally. So I was still just waiting there, all excited, gun ho. And then about 10 o'clock, I had to come in and use the bathroom. Mm-hmm. And then I went back out to the woods and hadn't heard anything in about 10, 15 minutes, so I closed my eyes for a little bit.
Just rest them.
I was resting my eyes for about 20 minutes, and then finished up the hunt, about an hour and a half left of it, and never got that tom to come into the decoy area or anything like that. So it was cool and exciting to see the hen, my first time seeing a hen or anything like that, and it just sucked. I thought that tom for sure, or Jake, I don't know which one it was. I was hoping it was Tom, but either one, like I was hoping one of them would move in and come after my decoys, but they just did not want to come in at all. I don't know, they just said they heard me, because I'm a pretty loud person, but I was like a statue. I was still. So I don't know, I just think they just didn't want to come in.
Yeah. It seemed like turkey season, everything was a little late. We had a really cold turkey season this year. I mean, if you watch the video, the last video, it's already out, with my grandpa killing his. We were hunting in the snow. Mm-hmm. And that was end of second season, if I remember right. So normally it's not snowing. And the reason I applied for a second season tag this year is because the last couple of years I've hunted first season, I've been hunting in the snow. So I'm tired of doing that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was real cold turkey season this year. We ended up not going Wednesday, if I remember correctly, or not going. Oh no, we didn't. We went Thursday. Mm-hmm. So we went Thursday, and we're going to go after last ditch effort. We're going to go after that bird that's been fooling me all season long. He's in the same tree every time.
We had a great game plan.
Yeah, great game plan. Like I said, if you watch the video that's coming out now, I have footage of him in the tree. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I was within 70 yards of him that day. So he kept on escaping the same route, and pretty much this tree is in this holler, and it's a big oak tree. He's flying down. He's walking up and down the holler for quite a while, and then he's escaping out to the field, going to the north to the neighbors. So the plan was to get out there super early in the dark and be quiet. Don't call, no decoys, nothing. And we're gonna sit where he keeps escaping at. Seemed like a good game plan. I really think we would have had a good chance to kill that turkey, which he was. He was in that same tree. We get there, getting dressed at the truck, throwing our stuff on, get ready to go out there. And this is a farm I've been hunting now for a few years. All of a sudden, I got a truck's pulling into the driveway. To my knowledge, everybody who has permission to hunt this, nobody turkey hunts it but me. So I'm like, okay, here we go. Like it's 4 in the morning. I'm gonna have to fight some guy.
Yeah.
Like here it is. Anyway, two older guys pulled up, all the way from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually, I'm not going to give out their names here or anything. Really good guys.
Mm-hmm.
Turned out real nice. Essentially, what happened is they've been hunting Illinois for a while. They came up here this 5th turkey season to hunt. The farmer sold the land out from under. Not they leased it from the farmer, so not out from under them. It's not like they own the land, but they didn't know the farmer sold it until they got up here. So here they are. Drove all the way from Florida to Illinois. They don't have a spot to hunt. They knew the guy that gave us permission to hunt this farm. The guy gave him permission to hunt, which I end up talking to that guy later. He's like, "Yep, I gave him permission to hunt. I told him to get with you though, since I kind of tell you to run the farm." Anyway, it was their last day. They hadn't killed a bird yet either. They had hunted there the day before. They knew exactly where that bird was at, and they had already plans to go there too. So, even though it was the last day, we did the right thing and told them, "Hey man, you guys drove all the way up here from Florida."
There's no we in this scenario. This is
This is me. I made the
100% him. I was all ready to go to our spot, do our plan because I wanted a damn bird.
I made the call. I'm like, they drove all the way up here from Florida. The right thing to do is let them go after that bird. So hopefully, some good karma will come Nate and I's way. I don't believe they end up killing that bird either. I spoke with the guy later on, I think like a few days later. Sounds like he might be deer hunting the farm too this year. Talking to him on the phone. Like I said, real nice guy. Coming all the way up from Florida to hunt. So we had some birds gobbling. We actually had a hen.
A hen close.
Yeah, like just 'cause we were in the timber, so we just couldn't see her, but she had to be within 100 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was some gobblers on the neighbors, but that ended our turkey season. Which what the annoying thing is, and I've already told Nate this, I had to work that day. I'm heading to work. It's afternoon. Season was still open, if I remember right, because I think I went to town early. I get right down my lane. I hang a right, which is like where my property and my dad's property meet. There's a hen turkey, less like 100 yards from my house. So I was aggravated. And then if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you'll see in my stories, I've seen toms
everywhere.
Like out right on the property that Nate and I hunted one day out here on the farm. Toms. And then one day it was like three jakes, which we're not picky. If it's illegal, it was gonna get shot.
Yeah.
So they're here still, and it's good because it seems like 2 turkeys were killed out here on my farm this year, and it seems like we still got a high population.
Well, I think the good thing, I mean, no hunter wants to admit this, but let them get another year,
Yeah,
get a little bit bigger, and next year hopefully.
Yep, and I'm doing, and you're gonna see in some of the up and coming videos, I've been still doing improvements.
Mm-hmm.
Been working on some food plots, and with all this rain Illinois has been getting here, Central Illinois, it's getting hot and we're getting a lot of rain, which is what we need. All my food plots are reacting very well.
And then set up some deer stands, some deer blinds.
Yep. So that'd be kind of for future plans for this summer. That's kind of the plan. We're going to be hanging some deer stands. I'll probably have Nate come out, show him how to do that, and then you can videotape me. It's kind of hard to videotape when I've done it before, where I'm hanging a stand and videotaping it, but it's tough. We're also gonna have a new camera here soon. We're going to be doing some bow shoots here, some more fishing. Fish are biting right now. My wife, myself, and my daughter, we've been catching quite a bit of fish.
His wife is the fisher in the family.
She has been out fishing me. She's
she
definitely caught the bigger ones. So we have some fishing episodes. I'm going to be building a stand at least, maybe more.
I got excited though during turkey season because, I mean, how many does did we see, like, between... We saw your farm, Bernie Dot.
We saw deer on every farm.
Yeah. I mean, we probably saw. I'd say I probably saw about 6 or 7 at least on the other farm, and then here we saw probably 2 or 3 does that are pretty decent size. So I'm pretty excited for deer season coming up because I think I'll really get a doe down.
Yeah, I agree. I think you definitely get an opportunity to kill a doe, which I think you will kill one. And we'll save that for later, but we will have we got a little challenge going on for October with that, so it should be fun. I'm excited for it.
As you can tell, we don't go by a script or anything like that. Just kind of free flow conversation.
Dang telemarkers. We're
We
here.
usually get in trouble with our significant others because we talk so much.
Alright, we're back on the recording. Dang telemarker calling. We have updated info on your car warranty. Dumb. But anyway, we for future plans, like I said, hang stands, fishing. I'm working on right now. I've told Nate a little bit about it. I don't want to drop their names yet because we haven't worked anything, but I am working on a collaboration with some fellow law enforcement officers from out of state. So hopefully, at least at a minimum, I think I'm going to have them on the podcast. I already got some podcast guests set up with the Brit and the Redneck. You guys, if you watch my videos, you'll see them. They'll be good to have on. And yeah, I always enjoy turkey season, and I'm sad that it's over. However, I am excited now for summertime because I got a lot of habitat management stuff I want to do, a lot of fishing I want to do. And then I have a big elk hunt coming in September. So you'll probably see that. I'll probably do a podcast about that with the guys I'm hunting with. We're going with a group of 4. It should be fun. I know we've been talking about it quite a bit, us group of 4, and it's going to be a good time. If you watched my videos last year, I had a great time with my dad. It's just a different style hunt. When I go with my dad, we're a little, I wouldn't say lazy, but we're more methodical about what we do, and we do a lot more setting up and waiting. With this, it's a bunch of young guys, and as Nate's already told you, I like to hike. So we're gonna be doing a lot of hiking, putting a lot of miles in.
I think
trying to kill some elk.
That's probably the fun thing is seeing the different types of hunters. Obviously, with your dad and your grandpa, they're more of a sit and wait, grind it out, and one's eventually going to come to you.
And that's the strategy that works this year.
They're 2-0 this year. And then there's us that we're moving. We're just going, trying to go after them, chasing them pretty much. And I mean, I'm not saying one way works better than the other or anything like that. It's just cool to see the different types of hunters and their styles of how they do things.
Yep. Every species has several styles how to hunt them, and everybody's got to find their style. Yeah, it's just fun. It's going to be cool to see because you have a big learning curve ahead of you, and you're going to be learning a lot. And since you're hunting with me, a lot of it's going to be documented. It'll be kind of cool to see you 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, and see what you've killed, what you've done.
Seeing more blue raptors come after me.
Yeah, blue raptors. But other than that, that's about all I ended on that. It was good. Yeah, we just got a lot of good plans coming up, and I'm excited to share that with everybody. So
make sure you check out the Facebook page, Instagram page.
Yeah, we're growing. We're steadily growing on everything. Yeah, so you can follow us if you want to stay up to date. There's gonna be a lot more this summertime since the videos. I'm still gonna try to do videos at least once every 2 weeks. But we're also going to do a lot more social media content this summertime because it's pretty easy to make it. Just for summertime, we're always doing something. So follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It's the Thin Blue Line Outdoors on all of it. And yeah, and subscribe to YouTube and subscribe to the podcast. You can also leave me a review on the podcast. That really helps. The main 2 platforms that most people are listening on is Apple Podcasts and Spotify, but it's on most platforms. Yeah, and
I think future plans right now, we just got our first order of hoodie orders out of the way. So those should all be shipped out, good to go. I think you said you got a couple more people that want one.
Yep.
So we're still taking orders for those. If you guys want to reach out, same thing with ball
we'll probably
caps.
have t-shirts here soon, so you can kind of see what I'm wearing here.
With an interesting design also. We have a second design that we might be dropping here soon.
Yep.
So it's still a really cool design. Same guy designed it for us. That designed that one. Keep it loyal. Shout out to Kyle. So just be on the lookout for that, and we can't thank you enough for listening and supporting us. It means a lot to us, so thank you.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.